Mr. Chairman, I have an amendment at the desk, amendment as of the nature of a substitute _01.
The clerk shall designate the amendment in the nature of a substitute.
Amendment in the nature of a substitute to H-Res 237, offered by Mr. Onder of Missouri, identifier H-Res 237 ANS _01.
Without objection, the amendment shall be considered original text for purposes of further amendment. The amendment in the nature of a substitute has already been distributed. I now recognize Mr. Onder for 5 minutes to explain the amendment in the nature of a substitute.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Resolutions of inquiry are a legitimate tool of Congress to demand information from the executive branch, particularly when the executive branch has not been forthcoming. When Republicans were in the minority, we offered multiple resolutions of inquiry attempting to uncover information about the Biden-Harris administration's illegal student loan schemes and collusion with teachers' unions during COVID-19 to keep kids shut out of schools, long after they could safely have returned to school. Republicans offered those resolutions after multiple unsuccessful attempts to acquire information from the Biden-Harris administration through hearings and other oversight activities. In one of those cases, we patiently waited through more than a year of stonewalling by the Biden-Harris administration before forcing a vote on a resolution of inquiry. In contrast, the Trump administration has been very forthcoming with information, but the minority has still skipped all the ordinary oversight steps. This reveals that this is less a genuine effort to gather information and more of a political exercise. But that's fine. Republicans welcome this debate because it is really a debate about two competing visions about education in America. The underlying premise of the Trump administration's critics is that the status quo is fine. My friends on the other side of the aisle want you to believe that the Department of Education is overseeing an education system in which students are thriving and employers have access to a workforce that can succeed. Neither of these are true. We've all seen the statistics. Fewer than 1/3 of our country's 8th graders can read and do math at grade level. The fact that we've seen these statistics so often can make us numb, but just think about it. Fewer than 1/3 of 8th graders in America can read or do math at the level they should for that grade. This is what the Democrats are defending in the status quo. This is their vision. But it doesn't stop there. At the post-secondary level, the national 6-year graduation rate is just over 60%. In other words, our colleges and universities would get an F on their primary responsibility. Our education system has failed to prepare a workforce with the skills employers need. Again, this is what Democrats are defending. This is their vision. Republicans believe there is a better way. We believe in reducing bureaucracy, trusting our educators, trusting our state and local leaders, and trusting innovators who are pushing against the barriers thrown up by bureaucracy. And above all, we trust parents. This is our vision, an education system that doesn't trap students into failing schools, an education system where there isn't just a choice for the wealthy and well-connected, an education system where college is available for all who want it, but there are also pathways to meaningful careers like apprenticeships, an education system that sees parents as partners, not as enemies. In other words, Republicans believe in putting students and families first. We are fighting for an education system that puts them first. And thankfully, we have an administration that shares our vision. The Trump administration wants to eliminate bureaucracy where it isn't needed, where federal guardrails are needed, like ensuring access to education for students with disabilities, ensuring due process in Title IX proceedings, holding colleges and universities accountable for tolerating mass harassment and discrimination against Jewish students, or preventing efforts to exclude parents from their children's education. The Trump administration wants to streamline bureaucracy so that the federal government can deliver on the responsibility it has. That is what today's debate is all about. Do we believe in students and families, or do we believe in entrenched special interests? Do we believe in the status quo that is failing our children, our educators, and our families? Or do we believe in a new vision of education that puts students, families, and educators in the driver's seat? I urge my colleagues to support this latter vision, and we can do that today by dispensing with this resolution. I'll yield back.